The International Conference of African Descent in Diaspora is an annual event put together by the African Diaspora Union. This year's event is taking place at the Congress Hall, Nikon Luxury, Abuja. Today, the 2nd of November 2023, and the highlight of today's occasion is the formal launch of the African Diaspora Union in Nigeria.
The diaspora will never live out its great potential without being reunited with its African kindred. Without each other, Africans in Africa and Africans in the diaspora will remain the tail and not the head. It is fitting that Nigeria take the lead in this effort to restore nationhood to the millions of the diaspora who recognize Nigeria as their ancestral homeland. It is a known fact that 60 to 70% of the enslaved were taken from Nigeria. In fact, a DNA test taken by my oldest daughter revealed that 40% of her ancestry came from Nigeria. And since she came from me, that has to mean that my ancestry also is connected to Nigeria.
Among the dignitaries expected in this year's event is His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Governor of Rivers, Taraba, Delta, and Imo States, diplomats from around the world, and renowned Nigerians. This year's conference has at its theme fostering global partnership for the massive return of the Africa descent in diaspora for naturalization and economic development of the continent.
In 1619, the first slaves arrived on the shores of America, and now 404 years later, I stand here on these ancestral grounds, acknowledging to you that we have gained great substance, and we are ready to share that great substance with our kin. I stand here on these ancestral grounds to share with my African kindred the great substance of spiritual vitality, wealth of knowledge, intellect, and learning, and the material wealth we have gained in the great captivity. It is known that if the African in America was a nation, we would be the 15th largest economy in the world. That's great substance. Similarly, there are others of African descent in the diaspora who are ready to bring their wealth and substance they have gained back to their African family through their return to their ancestral homelands. These include an abundant number of successful entrepreneurs, businessmen, entertainers, teachers, lawyers, and other professionals. They are ready to bring their great substance back.
So can you tell us what this event is about?
Yes, this is African Diaspora Union, and it's a vision that is focused on reuniting the blacks back to Africa. Now when we say the blacks, we're not talking about those who left Africa to go abroad. We're talking about the African descents, all the people that were taken in slavery, their children, are the African descent. So this vision is focused on bringing them back to Africa, not just back to Africa, to be a part of Africa, live in Africa, operate from wherever they are in Africa here, and then of course some of them can decide to resettle in Africa. And Nigeria is the place that is standing as the forerunner to this particular vision that we're trying to achieve.
That's nice. So tell us your expectation.
Oh yes, the basic thing we expect to happen is everyone gets into the know of what African Diaspora